Hi guys, Gareth here and welcome to this Vino Plunk production. So I have with me yet another CX bag, same CX bag, different content. I have with me a bottle of Blu-RYa that I'm going to use to wet my missile. That's going to have a different connotation, my whistle, throughout this video. Now, as the title of this video will suggest, it's another DVD/Blu-ray update. Also, please stay on to the end of this video after I've done the DVD/Blu-ray update and continue watching because I have a few things to say. As I record this video, it's the 10th of May 2018. Tomorrow is the 11th of May 2018, which is my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. I've been uploading YouTube videos for 10 years now. It may not seem like it on my channel because I've said on so many occasions I privated a lot of my videos due to a privacy scare I would say that I got last year. I am slowly, over the course of however long, I am slowly unprivating those videos. If I've got videos coming up that are related to those videos, I do unprivate them and they do tend to get some traction. Also, I'd like to say thank you for my previous DVD Blu-ray update. It got a lot of traction, a lot of comments on it, and it got a lot of, not hype, got a lot of traffic in that video, and what I want to talk about later is related to that, so please stick around. Also, I don't say this very often at the start of videos, but if you like my content, please consider giving a like or a dislike if you prefer, and consider subscribing. But these days, don't forget the bell icon, make sure the quotations are around it and you receive a notification to your device of choice, because the subscribe button no longer does what it used to do 10 years ago when I started YouTube. It now seems that YouTube just keeps adding stuff on top of existing systems and not actually correcting the systems that already exist on the platform. But hey ho, we do what we can. So what's inside the CX bag? Well, I actually traded something in for the items I'm about to show you in this bag. I was sort of dilly-dallying over whether I wanted to trade this item in, but once I found out the particular CX I was going to had two of the box sets in here in stock, I didn't hesitate. So the first box that I come to, I'm actually going to put to one side because I want to give a little bit of an explanation on that one. But the first box set I come to is a box set I've owned once. I actually bought this on release when it came out. I also bought a companion book with this set as well, and I'm so happy to finally have this back in the collection and to have the same version back in the collection that I had, and it is the Bond 50 set. Now, if you don't know what this is basically from Dr. No up until Quantum of Solace. It does contain a space for Skyfall, but doesn't actually contain Skyfall. This one does, which is funny because it may even be the set that I used to have. There are different versions of the set around. I think this set is now technically out of print, and there are reasons why I say that. There is a version of the set with a gold banner across the top that does contain Skyfall, whether this one doesn't. Actually, this one is actually a bit more rarer with the blue banner, because this is the one that actually came out for the 50th anniversary for Bond, whereas the one with Skyfall came out a year later and technically isn't the 50th anniversary box set, but they're pretty much the same inside, apart from the fact that that contains Skyfall. Yes, and there's actually going to be, when I talk about some stuff later, this is going to feature prominently, one might say. The next set that I bought is another reacquisition. I've again only owned this set once. This is only a one-time reacquisition. The reason why I say that is because several of my sets I've reacquired multiple times over the years, and I'm so glad to have this back in the collection and have this, the same packaging I used to have, and it's the Star Wars collection. Bloody hell, it's funny that I said at the start of this video that it's coming up to my 10-year anniversary on YouTube, because I do believe this is one of the first box sets I ever bought and showed off on my channel, and bloody hell, am I so happy to have this back in the collection. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the film cell that I had in my version, but it does have the booklet, which I'm very happy that has the booklet, and I'd be quite, not upset, but disappointed, I would say, if it didn't have the booklet But yes, I'm very happy to have Star Wars back on Blu-ray, because I've had a yearning to watch back through the old Star Wars films. Return of the Jedi is my personal favourite Star Wars films, closely followed by Revenge of the Sith, actually. And I haven't seen the original trilogy in so long. So, the next and final box set I decided to pick up, I would say it requires a bit of explanation, but you may not understand why it requires a bit of explanation until I give you the explanation. So the box set is the Hellraiser 4-disc box set. This is really light, almost unconvincingly light. I do wonder if this is potentially a fake, but hey ho. Didn't cost me, only cost me 12. It says £15 there, and it cost me 12, so I'm not too worried. So the reason why this requires a bit of explanation. This is the Lament configuration puzzle box set that when you take it off, actually I'll do a closer look on it some other time, but it basically splays open, has the first 3 Hellraiser films, and then has a bonus disc in there as well. So the reason why that requires a bit of explanation is actually quite a big step for me personally to buy Hellraiser. That sounds really strange if you don't know where I'm coming from. I didn't watch my first 18 till I was actually 17. Therefore, I haven't seen horror films. It didn't grow up with horror films. A lot of my peers, a lot of my, fellow pupils at school, fellow students at college, all watched horror films throughout them growing up. I didn't. I didn't watch Chucky. I didn't watch Nightmare on Elm Street. Didn't watch Friday the 13th. Didn't watch, Halloween. All of the horror films I've watched since being 17. I grew up respecting the age ratings on films. I also grew up with a very hard association that gore is scary. Fun enough, my fear of gore and scare, or that gore is scary, I managed to get over that fear by playing Mortal Kombat. In fact, Mortal Kombat Deception. The fatalities in Mortal Kombat Deception finally managed me to disassociate those two things. Having said that, there is still a residual thing in my brain that's like gore is scary. I've been watching a lot of reviews from Deca Shadow recently, and he's a horror fan. He's reviewed all of the Hellraiser films. I watched the first 5 reviews that he's done on all 9 Hellraiser films, or they're 10 now, I think, might be, anyway. And I have always wondered, I've always been curious of the story of Hellraiser. In fact, I've got the book, The Hellbound Heart, read most of it. The book, I didn't realise, actually goes into far more detail than the film, and bloody hell does the book go into some detail. As I stutter to get my thoughts into some sort of cohesive sense. I've always known that Hellraiser is one of the goriest films ever made. A lot of people always say, oh, it's really gory, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. There's some people who say it's so over the top, you can't really take it that seriously. And to be honest, I'm beginning to come down on that side of things. When gore is so over the top that it's like, okay, you just watch it and you're not really, I wouldn't say you're not affected by it, it's effective, but it's sort of like, basically, as I get older, I'm disassociating gore with just straight up being scary. Most people have that disassociation when they're far younger. I've had it, of course, when I'm far older because I didn't grow up with horror films. So yes, for me to buy Hellraiser finally is a pretty big step in a lot of ways, but we'll see how long it actually takes me to, pluck up the courage to watch the films. I'll see you in 3 years' time when I actually finally review those films. Right, so I've just shown off the Blu-rays and DVDs in this particular video. I was, to be honest, pretty shocked by the reception on my previous video. In fact, my last 3 videos have gotten a pretty good reception. I think that's because I was away from YouTube for quite some time, and I came back and people were like, oh yeah, Garrett's back, sort of thing. But I want you guys to put in the comments down below where you want this channel to go. I'm considering taking this channel in the direction of movie reviews, movie discussion, that sort of stuff. Because this is my shtick. This is my wheelhouse. You know, as I am knocking on the door of my 10-year anniversary on YouTube, I realise this is my wheelhouse, this is my forte, this is where I am. And while I was in CX, picking up Bond and, you know, what have you, while they were putting me discs in there, the woman who was serving me even turned around and said, who would you like to be on the next, who do you want to be the next Bond? And we just had a good discussion about movies. And although I had many facets to my life, you know, gaming, music, movies, all that kind of stuff, I need to give this channel a direction, a identity, and then just stick to it. I do have a second channel called Gareth the Geek, which primarily I set up to become a gaming channel one day. I'm still working on that and working out the kinks to when I can actually do that, but you know, that's all in the works, and you know, I'm going to focus on this channel for now. I don't know what kind of format I'm going to do movie reviews in, whether I'm going to do it, you know, interspersed with clips, whether I'm just going to do it me here sat speaking to you about the film or what have you. But I think giving this channel a focus, a direction, will bring in more people. On that note, I need to get a routine into place. I'm not in this video going to say to you, this is my routine, this is how I'm going to do it, because as of right now, because I'm on overtime this week, my sleep patterns are all over the place. It's currently Thursday, from Tuesday into Wednesday I had 6 hours sleep over the space of 2 days, which was not good in a lot of ways. Some of that was linked to these box sets and the fact that the item I took down required some additional items that I had to order from Amazon, get them, you know, next day delivered, and all that kind of stuff, and all that kind of shiz, if you will. But basically I'm going to get a routine in place, stick to that routine as much as I can, which may mean that I may need to pre-record videos coming up to when they're scheduled to be released, and release the videos when they're supposed to be scheduled. And all the reasons behind this is to start growing this channel and culturing some sort of community with this channel. And I think given the response on the last DVD/Blu-ray update, I think movie and TV show reviews and talking about that sort of stuff could be a direction of this channel. If you are new to my channel and you're wondering what I'm babbling on about, DVD and Blu-ray reviews / overviews and updates is how I started this channel. Yeah, that's what I used to do back in the day. And it's strange that it's taken me, you know, however many years of doing different things and then going, yeah, I'm going to come back round, you know, full circle, back round to the same thing. But let me know, guys. Please, please, please let me know. I said this at the beginning of the video, but I want to do my spiel for old time's sake because, as I said, I'm knocking on the door of my 10th anniversary on YouTube. If you could, for me guys, leave me a like or a dislike on this video, depending on your feelings. If your feelings are more complicated, or if you wish to have a discussion with me or somebody else, please put a comment down into the comment section down below. If you want to stay up to date with what I do, then please press the subscribe button. If you want to stay notified about what I do, then please hit the bell icon. Make sure the quotations are around it and you receive a notification to your device of choice every time I upload a video. And as always, guys, you've been a very patient, supportive audience over the last 10 years. Until next time, guys, you take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheerio.